Hello, I am F1 Elisha binti Mamazi. I am from Hrm549. Today, I am going to review one contemporary issue, which is generational differences in learning preference by Zane Albert. This is about designing workplace training for generational differences. Does it matter? So let's move to the introduction. Many trainers are believe that people are from different generation learning in different ways. So they adjust their teaching style based on the age groups. However, research shows there's little evidence that this actually improve learning. These ideas are often based on stereotype, not facts. This article questions whether generational differences are really matter in workplace training and highlights what truly makes training effective and engaging. So now let us see what are the issues is actually to point out here. The belief of instructional strategies are generational identity and learning style are significantly influenced by how individuals learn best. This assumption suggests that people born in the same generational cohort, such as baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Gen Z, share specific characteristics in learning preference due to shared life experience. For example, millennials are often assumed to prefer technology-driven and collaborative learning, while baby boomers are thought to favor more traditional and instructor-led methods. The learning styles theory suggests that matching teaching methods to preferences like a visual, auditory, or kinesthetic to improve learning. For example, visual learners prefer diagrams, while kinesthetic learners favor hand-on tasks. However, these popular assumptions are knocked back by strong empirical evidence. Numerous studies have tested whether customizing instruction to generational traits or learning styles improve actual learning performance, but the findings consistently show that matching instruction to preferences are not significantly enhanced to learning effectiveness. So now let's review what are the next issue we are to point out here. The second one is pervasiveness of myth in learning styles and generational training. So what is myth? The myth is that tailoring instruction to individual learning styles like visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, or designing training based on generational traits like millennials prefer tech-based learning, while baby boomers prefer to face-to-face enhances learning effectiveness. This shows that 90 to 95% of educators and trainers believe that matching teaching styles to a learner's preference improve learning. This belief is shared not only in schools but also in workplace training programs. Why this lead to the problems? It may cause instructors to overlook real individual differences like cultural background, prior knowledge, or motivations. Stereotyping learners by generation can limit their opportunities or make them feel misunderstood. To further tackle to this problem, one of the most effective ways to overcome the challenges according to the lack empirical evidence in is promote research literacy among educators and trainers. You have to offer professional development on how to read and interpret educational research. Other than that, this will encourage the use of evidence based on resources such as academic journals, meta-analysis, and government on industry reports. Therefore, this approach emphasizes using research-supported strategies that have consistently been shown to improve learning outcomes across diverse learners group regardless of age or preferred learning styles. Another important suggestion, according to the issue pervasiveness of myths in learning styles and generational training, is replace generational labels with individualized approach. The trainers may ask, how should I teach millennials, or what approach suits to Gen Z best? This thinking assumes that everyone in a generation learns the same way, but that's a stereotype, not a reality. Research shows that actual learning needs vary more within generations than between them. Instead of saying she's a Gen X, so she preferred to learning independently, you have to ask them with, does she like to learn by watching, doing, reading, or discussing? Has she used online platform before? Is she comfortable with simulation or does she need hands-on support? How to apply individualized approaches in training? First, conduct learner needs assessment. Before designing training, collect actual data such as short surveys, pre-course questionnaires, informal interview, or observation. Ask about experience level, learning preferences, availability such as time and schedule, and confidence in subject area. By applying this recommendation, it is expected that the problems can be resolved successfully when trainers replace generational labels with individualized approaches. Learners experience several positive effects that enhance their overall training experience, like increased learning efficiency, greater motivation, and improved retention and application. Now we are become to the end of our topic. So let me make a conclusion to all of this. Although tailoring workplace training to generational differences is popular, research shows it does not significantly improve learning preferences. However, matching training to individual preferences can increase efficiency and enjoyment, making learning experience more satisfying. Instructional design should focus on understanding the actual needs and preferences of learners rather than relying on generational stereotypes. So I hope this efforts recommendation can resolve the issues successfully. Thank you for your consideration and your focusing on me. So I hope all of us can gain a new knowledge according to my content. So thank you. Bye bye.